The variety of fish and mammals in the San Francisco Bay constantly struggle for survival. The examples of genetic variation that can be found in fish or mammals in the bay, according to the study biologists, were actually sourced from mutation, which is a change in the sequence of DNA and gene shuffling due to the introduction of new gene combination resulting from sexual reproductions. Therefore, mammals such as horses, dogs, and mice often have several alleles for traits such as body size or coat color. The genetic variation was also created by humans through selective breeding. For example, this allows only those animals with desired characteristics produce the next generation. The two types of selective breeding are hybridization and inbreeding. Clearly, the genetic variations in fish or mammals are seen in their body size, bone structure, reproductive system, coat color, body weight, and so on.
The environmental factors that have affected evolutionary changes of fish and mammals of the San Francisco Bay are pollution, weather changes, and oil spills. Pollution is affecting fish and mammals due to the stormwater system or sewer system, which carries water with pollutants that discharge into the San Francisco Bay. This means whatever was on roads or in gutters, such as garbage or gas, is washed into the sewer system and is dumped into the San Francisco Bay, causing fish and mammals not being able to swim or survive in a clean area. Weather changes such as high temperature is making the oceans warmer and is also affecting some fish and mammals not being able to adapt to the weather. Oil spills also affect fish and mammals' homes because oil has chemicals killing fish and mammals, making them unhealthy and not able to breathe. Pollution and weather changes and oil spills affect fish and mammals of the San Francisco Bay.
In the San Francisco Bay Area, there are many endangered fish and mammals. The Northern California steelhead is endangered due to losses of habitats, water impoundments, diversions, and water pollution. Another fish that is endangered is the Delta smelt because of declines in health. Some mammals that are endangered in the San Francisco Bay are the salt harvest mouse, the stellar sea lion, and the long-eared Myotis bat. The salt harvest mouse is endangered because of limited range, historic decline in population, and the continuing threat of habitat loss due to development encroachment. The stellar sea lion is endangered due to boat strikes, pollution, habitat degradation, and hunting. Lastly, the long-eared Myotis bat is also endangered because of destructions of habitat and recreation disturbances and environmental contaminants. In conclusion, there are many endangered species that we should try to save.
Population growth in the San Francisco Bay Area has greatly affected the ecosystem. Human population growth has changed the ecosystem by people fishing more, pollution, and littering. A few examples of population growth and how they affect the Bay Area is carbon emissions, pollution, the theory of global warming, and destruction of species. More consequences of population growth are less trees, fish, animals, food, space for animals, space for humans, less natural resources, less clean water, more pollution, cars, and the theory of global warming. Another thing that affects the ecosystem is pollution. There are many different types of pollution. For example, there is air, water, noise, and land pollution. Things that can happen if there is population growth are rubbish and sewage from homes and offices, byproducts of industries that are highly hazardous, and waste from animals on a farm. In conclusion, the effects of human population growth in the San Francisco Bay can harm the ecosystem.
Over the past years, non-native aquatic invertebrates species have been introduced into the San Francisco Bay, meaning they have been brought to San Francisco by humans. The bay is a pathway of water from the Pacific Ocean and the bay's tributary rivers. One common way is the release of ballast water carried on ships from foreign ports. Some of the common non-native fish found in the bay are striped bass, Asian clams, European green crabs, Chinese midden crab, and the marsh grass spartina. Most of the non-native fish are found in the Bay Delta. Effects of the non-native aquatic species are related to the distribution of the native ecosystem. They compete with the natives for food, space, and resources, changing their environment to survive. Overcrowding displacing the native fish caused 40% of the freshwater fish at risk of extinction in the past 100 years. Another effect is that it can bring diseases into the bay, like Japanese oysters causes tapeworms. Non-native aquatic species can result in potential harm to the environment. How can we prevent this? The articles I read said 3 main strategies can be used to limit the dangers caused by non-indigenous aquatic species: prevent, control, protection, and monitoring.
Since global warming has theoretically started, scientists have noticed that the glaciers in Antarctica are starting to rapidly melt. Glaciers hold 75% of all fresh water on the Earth. That leaves 25% of all fresh water for us to drink. Since the glaciers are melting, it is causing sea levels to rise. One way the effect of sea levels rising has affected fish and mammals are that waves are getting more powerful. Turtles that build their nests on the shoreline are sometimes being washed up, and some of the San Francisco Bay are being forced back in the water by rising sea waves. The second reason why the rise in sea levels are affecting fish and mammals are that it is decreasing the amount of light reaching the bottom of the ocean. All the fish that live in the bottom of the ocean aren't getting as much light as they're used to, so as a result, fish and mammals will eventually adapt to the darkness and different types of fish will develop. Some factors that affect the San Francisco Bay's fish and mammal survival all depend on us and our choices. Everything that we do involving the San Francisco Bay's water and its contents all lead to our conscience. Always remember that there are always consequences and rewards. Every step and every choice we make could either destroy or improve the future of the San Francisco Bay. The future is all in our hands. What will you do to help save the San Francisco Bay?